Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. In this video, I am going to be going over, well, this is going to be the first video in the series of scaling to $10,000 per month in passive income from yield farming. So, as you know, each week I have been doing a series since I've been in yield farming. I've actually been yield farming since, well, back in like 2020, actually, when DeFi first started, but with the V3 positions since um, Trader Joe actually started their liquidity provision over on AVAX is when I first jumped in to the V3 positions. But I've been doing updates sort of every week for the past couple of months on my positions and seeing what's around, right? Now I want to scale up to $10,000 per month in yield farming income. I think that's a very solid number. Right now we're around probably like 3.5K on average, something like that on the good weeks. So in this video, I want to show you where I'm going to be allocating some more funds, or I've got some options and I want to go over them in this video. And let me know down below in the comments, by the way, what you would do with this. As I'm going through this, I want this to be a community thing as well. Suggestions. Now, of course, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, and anything you guys suggest me to take a look at in the comments is not going to be taken as financial advice either. Trust me, I know the game very well. So yeah, do you recommend some stuff in the comments? If you've got any decent positions that you're in that you think I should take a look at, then let me know. But with that being said, let's get into it. I will leave a link down below for Crystal. They're doing an airdrop. You just kind of use the application and you'll get points, which will turn it into Crystal tokens when they do launch. So I'll leave a link down there for that. But let's show you what we've got going on. So I did my weekly update yesterday. Now, after yesterday's video, I did go ahead and add some more funds. I added some more funds into my OVN and USDC pool. So now on OVN and USDC, I think I have about 3K in here. I got 3.5K in here. So let's actually add up, right? So we've got $3,000 in OVN and USD plus. Okay. I added $1,500 to USDC and Climber. So we have $1,500 in there. WETH and TKN, we have about $1,000, I believe. Yeah, just over, like, let's call it 1,200. And then in WETH and Wells, we have $3,500 in there as well. So we're up to about $9,200 on. We're up to about $9,200 over on Aerodrome. Now, if we see, you can see these are just the emissions since I recorded yesterday's video, roughly 24 hours ago, something like that. But if we take a look to see how much we're making on average, how we do that is we add up all of these APRs, so 183.18%, 282.41%, we got 253.02, and we have 225.09. So that's 943% combined, and then we divide that by 4, which is how many pools we're in on Aerodrome. So we're getting on average 235.92%. So if we divide that by 365, it's roughly about 0.64% per day. So we got $9,200, okay, times that by 0.64%. So we're making roughly $60 a day right now on Aerodrome in these 4 positions: OVN and US Plus, USDC and Climber, WETH and TKN, and WETH and Wells. Now again, this isn't any suggestion to jump into these. These are just the positions I picked. This one, and this one are very risky. I like OVN, the project, but yeah, these are super risky positions in my opinion. That's why the APRs are so high, is because they are riskier tokens. They're not blue chips by any means. But to hand right now, I have about 6.2K just sat in my wallet that I want to get allocated in this wallet. I do have other wallets with stable coins on that I will allocate eventually. But at the moment we have 6K in free funds to allocate towards yield farming. That includes $900 that I just bridged, $1,000 that I just bridged over from Sui, because Sui hasn't really been doing too well. You can see my APR is very low right now. I'm only farming with $1,000 now. I've moved the rest, or in the process of moving the rest off. So what do I do? That is the question. I have $1,000 in USDC on base that I can allocate right now, and most of it's telling me to put that into OVN and US Plus. We're up to about $4,000 in this position. And the reason for that is because OVN's at a decent sort of level right now It did have a drop down to 38, which would have been good to obviously put it in then, but now it's starting to climb back up. If we can hit like $100 again, that would be very nice in my position. So we have a few options. There are definitely a few options. Go back into this, find another position over on Aerodrome, but again, I don't want a super risky position, but at the same time, I want decent APR, right? If we want to get to 10K per month. Now, another option is, of course, we could go over to something like Extra Finance and use some leverage, but again, that's pretty risky stuff. I only have like $500 over here at the moment, making $1.81 per day. This was just sort of as an experiment with the leverage. You can't really borrow anything on Wheaton Wells right now, but that's getting 0.61% per day over here. The thing with stuff like Extrafy and Beefy is I like to manually claim my rewards so I can do whatever I like with them instead of having to come and repay some of it or close some of this position, etc. Okay, I have to close like 8% of this or whatever and then go and convert it, blah, blah, blah. I'd rather something like Aerodrome where I can just come into the dashboard, I can see exactly how much I've got, and I can just click claim and do whatever I want with those rewards. Actually, including last week's rewards and the week before, I think I've got an extra 2K that I could allocate. So about $8,000 that we could allocate. So we're up to almost 10K on Aerodrome now. Now, there is a position that I have been looking at, and it's WTAO and WETH. But the problem is this is on Ethereum. And we all know the Ethereum gas fees, right? We all know Ethereum gas fees are not very nice. But I have 5K on Ethereum that I could go ahead, which is on another wallet, that I could go ahead and allocate towards this. This would make us about $25 a day roughly, or about $700 a month, about 15% per month, right? APR is pretty high on this. So I may go and jump into this position, but again, if I click add liquidity here, okay, because you can do this directly through Crystal. If I go ahead and ape that in, right, let's call this 5K. Then that 5K is on another wallet. I'll just send it over to this one and add it in. But if we go ahead and do this, right, you can see the gas fee is going to be about $24 to get in, to zap into this position. Which is okay. I don't mind that initial $24 if that's all it's going to cost me to get set up into this pool. But then we have things like rebalancing. You have things like claiming fees. I probably wouldn't claim the fees every week because if we're going to make $25 a day, right? Let's say if we call that $25 a day, that by 7, it's going to be about $175 a week. I mean, yeah, it probably would be worth me to claim probably every month or so. Yeah, probably about every month. So yeah, I don't know. I could go into this position, WTAO and ETH, but again, the fees are pretty heavy. We could go into more Aerodrome positions, or we could take a look at something like Beefy Finance or Dex Finance. So if we take a look over on Beefy, there's a bunch of pools. Like I could add the OVN and US Plus here for an extra, sort of double the APY. But again, you're sort of adding the you're adding the LP token, and then I'm gonna have to come in here and I'm gonna have to come and withdraw a tiny amount to sell the LP, etc. Just gonna get a little bit techie, if you like. So yeah, I'm not too sure what to do as of yet, but that's the plan, is to get to 10K per month, and there are a few different options that we have here. But I'm happy with how things are going, especially on Aerodrome. Over on if we take a look at, I just use Aperture for the thing. I'm going to move this completely to Crystal. But if we take a look at these positions, this is just about 24 hours worth of earnings. We haven't made too much here, which could be interesting if we do go ahead and ape 5K into the new position. But I could go ahead and reallocate these to something else. There's a bunch of stuff I could do. I haven't figured it out just yet. I mean, if we take a look at Crystal, go to pools here. I know there's a token that a lot of people have been jumping into recently, which is Turbo and ETH on Ethereum, which again it is a meme coin. It is a risky position, but again, it's got high APR. So I know there are some people that are pretty heavy on that on ETH, but there isn't too many pools, to be honest, that are kind of catching my eye in terms of Uniswap positions at the moment. I mean, WBTC and USDC, 100% APR seems pretty nice. BTC and USDC 92.5% is pretty good. If there was a sustainable Bitcoin pool over, let's put that up to like 60K, and we'll bring this down to about like 76, something like that. Actually, no, lower. Let's do best narrow range. Yeah, it's only about 3% per month. So those numbers are pretty off, to be honest. But if there was a sustainable Bitcoin pool over 100%, I would put like 20K and 30K, 50K into it, to be honest. That would be very nice. But it's not going to happen, unfortunately, with a Bitcoin position on a decent DEX, on a decent chain. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure where to allocate these funds just yet. There isn't too many places that are kind of, pulling me towards them at the moment, which is annoying because I really want to get 10K per month with yield farming. Now, of course, there are a bunch of other ways to do it, right? I'm just claiming my fees every week and kind of allocating them and kind of putting them on the sidelines, etc. But if I compounded them every, let's say I took my Arrow, come over to Lend on XtraFi. On Arrow, you can get 51.4% right now. You can get 20% on stable coins. If you come over to Aave, which is a very, very trusted DeFi protocol, and you go over to markets, sorry, you go over to, I think if you lend over your Ethereum, if you lend over some some tokens, you can go ahead and you can supply tokens and you can make a decent amount right now. So if we take a look at that, you can get roughly 8 to 12% a year on stablecoins over on Polygon as well. There's a bunch of other things we can do with those rewards. Is lend them out for extra. You can compound them for extra rewards, etc. But there's a few pools that I've been looking into. For that tower position, I was looking at a range something like this, $500 to 317, which would get us about $24 to $25 a day roughly. So yeah, again though, I'm not too sure on what to do with that. Let me know down below what you think. Let me know what you think I should do. Let me know what you think I should be looking into. Of course, I won't take it as financial advice. I know how the game works. But yeah, this is going to be sort of the first episode of scaling to 5K, 10K per month. I think this is going to be a nice little series so that you can see how we're doing it, what positions I'm looking at, etc. Also, let me know what positions you're looking at down below, and I will also take a look at them and see if we can get some things going there. But thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video. Let me know what you think I should do, and peace.